Hi there. My name is Ariel and I'm a total freak. But before we continue, please hit like and subscribe. My parents found out I was a freak the day I was born. Every time I cried, sweat started dripping from my skin. Mom totally flipped and spent thousands of dollars trying to figure out what was wrong with me. The doctor said I just had a harmless mutation in my genes, which made me a sweat ball when I got nervous. Dad was thrilled to know that I was totally fine, but Mom was beyond horrified. She was a former model and was super obsessed with perfection and beauty. This thing is disgusting. Our baby is not disgusting. She's smart and pretty. Even the other kids agreed with Mom. Once when I was in kindergarten, kids laughed at me when the teacher asked me to sing in front of everyone, and my clothes turned wet in seconds.
Oh, look at her. Doesn't she bathe?
I told Mom about it, and she tried everything to fix me. You need to change. You need to be perfect. Even the fact that I was able to read and write when I was only 4 didn't make my mom hate me any less. She never saw me as someone smart, but she thought that my beauty was the only good thing about me. So she was putting makeup on my face to show me off in front of her friends. Once, she invited someone to demonstrate her makeup skills and convinced them to hire her in their salon. She used me as a model, but I got nervous and started sweating. All my makeup melted and Mom's face turned red. The makeup artist said, "Listen, your daughter is very beautiful, but your makeup skills are bad. Please don't contact me again." Mom grounded me for months, and books were my only friends. I spent most of my time reading in my room. I loved reading about science. It was so cool to know how things worked. When I was 5, I thought things might get better when my mom told us she was pregnant with a second baby. When Mom laid eyes on baby Grace, she screamed with joy. She's not sweating. She's normal.
Mom, we still don't know if she doesn't have the condition. She's just a baby.
Well, Grace got older and she did not have the condition. In no time, she became Mom's favorite. She got everything she wanted. But honestly, everyone agreed that I was the pretty one, and I knew I was also the smartest. Like one day, Mom gave Grace pizza for dinner and served me a plate of boiled broccoli. "You're so sweaty. You don't need more grease." But I said, "Oh, cool. Look, Grace, Mom wants you to eat the pizza and get fat. Mom hates you." Grace burst into tears and Mom started comforting her and giving her the broccoli while I took the pizza and left for my room. As Grace grew up, Mom taught her to really hate me. Grace had difficulties reading and I spotted the problem only when she was 6. I tried to teach her, but Grace said,
"Oh, I want to be like Mama, beautiful and non-sweaty. Stay away from me. I don't want to be like you."
On Grace's 7th birthday, Mom forbade me from entering the party. I was even banned from the kitchen. But I snuck into her party when she wasn't looking to eat a slice of cake and spit in Grace's plate. That's when one of Grace's friends asked me,
"Who are you? We haven't met you before."
She's just the weird housekeeper. Stay away from her. She's gross." "Oh, yeah, I'm so gross. Look." And I dug into the cake with my sweaty hand, grabbed a large fistful, and stuffed it in my mouth. "Happy birthday, Grace!" As they all stared at me, I turned around and left. But things weren't any better at school. I always wore hand-me-down clothes because Mom didn't want me to sweat into them. This didn't stop boys from asking me out because they found me pretty. But they would leave after they found out about the condition. Mostly, kids were only nice to me when they wanted my help with their homework. Once, Naya, the richest girl in class, came to me before an exam and said,
"Hey, I need your help with an exam today."
"You mean you want me to cheat?" "Yeah, if you want to use that word." "No, I won't do that." "I don't think you have an option." She threatened to humiliate me in front of everyone, but I stood firm. However, I got nervous. Then she threw tissues at me because she knew they'd stick to my sweat.
Look at her. She's such a weirdo.
I pushed her, and then all the meanies showed up from behind her to beat me up. I ran like a cheetah until I reached the racetrack. I accidentally entered the race and started running with the competitors. Suddenly, I heard the coach's whistle, and he announced my name as the winner. What? People were cheering and hooting for me? Did I just accidentally win a race? The coach came up to me and said, "Whoa, You're so fast. This is the first time I've seen you. I don't know what's going on here. I never wanted to participate in the competition, but Naya made me run here and... Naya? She's an awesome student. She's also a runner. She deserves a reward for convincing you to participate in this race. Just then, Naya showed up from behind the coach with a big smile on her face.
Oh, yes, Coach. Ariel is talented. Not only pretty and a genius, but also a great runner. Plus, she's my friend.
And just like that, she hugged me. I was overwhelmed by all of this. First, I won a race, then I was enrolled in the track team, and I became freaking friends with my biggest enemy, Naya. That day, I started racing against other kids, and soon enough, I realized that everyone was sweaty here, and I looked just like them. I wasn't different or disgusting like Mom used to say I was. The next day, as I was walking past her table in the cafeteria, Naya asked me to join her and her friends. I was taken aback, but I sat down, and they were all being really nice to me. And suddenly, my popularity in school was rising. Being friends with Naya instantly gave me a higher ranking on the popularity meter, but that wasn't all. For the coming years, I was slowly turning into a racing star. Everyone who'd bullied me for so long started looking at me with respect. Our school was winning every race of the season because of me. Naya was having a big party at her place one evening, and I was invited. Luckily for me, it was a pool party, so my sweating wasn't going to be a problem because everyone would be wet. I was talking to Naya when suddenly I noticed a waiter across the room trying to balance trays of glasses, but they were about to fall any second. I dashed forward and caught them just before they crashed to the ground. As the waiter thanked me profusely and ran away, I heard someone say, "Wow, you're quite the speed demon, aren't you?" I turned around to see a gorgeous boy behind me. It's just all my running practice, I guess. I'm the star runner of our school track team, but I'm more interested in physics. The boy looked really impressed, and we started talking. It was so easy and fun talking to him. I didn't even realize how fast the time flew. Sometime later, Naya came by and put an arm on his shoulder.
Liam, come and dance with me. My friend is making you miss all the fun.
Oh, no. I was having a great time with her. Would it be okay if I could have your Facebook ID, Ariel? I could feel myself blushing hard as he added me on his Facebook. As Liam and Naya walked away, I suddenly caught the look on her face. She looked furious. Next day, I was super nervous to talk to Naya about last night. I waited for her in the changing room. When I saw Naya entering, I got up. Naya shrieked loudly.
Ew! Did you just pee on your seat?
I turned around in horror to see the seat was all wet. Listen, I'm just nervous about last night. I can see you like Liam, and I totally understand. I'll back off, and you can have him for your...
Save it, Ariel. Liam is drooling over you, and since I can't do anything to convince him to go out with me, I can ruin you instead.
And with that, she pushed me away and was about to attack me. I felt anger rising inside me, and I got up and rubbed my sweaty palm right on Naya's stupid face. She started shrieking like a madwoman. I looked at my hands in amazement, and all her makeup was ruined. Naya left crying. I knew that a war was about to start with Naya and her friends, but anyone who picked on me after that had their makeup ruined by my hands in a flash. I could now destroy their fancy suede slippers in a second. One drop of sweat in their lunch and it was inedible. My power was mighty. So they gave up soon and left me alone. And Liam and I had the greatest days in our lives. Somehow, my sweating condition didn't bother him at all, and he was the nicest person I'd ever known. Liam once tried to hold my hand, but I pulled it back. But my hand's all sweaty. It's okay. I don't mind. I just want to hold it. Once when I was in the 10th grade, I decided to invite Liam home and introduce him to my family. Dad was happy for me, but Mom and Grace were super jealous, especially since Liam was such a hunk. At dinner, Grace said,
Oh, Liam, do you know about Ariel's condition? You're too hot to live with that disgusting creature.
Mom laughed and agreed with her. This made me super nervous and mad. Shut up, Grace, or I'll soak you with sweat.
I'm wearing waterproof makeup. Bring it.
I was so angry and I was about to attack her when Liam pulled me away and whispered in my ear. I will always love you. Don't forget that, and don't let them affect you.
I kissed him in front of them, and we left for my room. A few months later, I had one of the most important races, and just when I was about to reach the final line, Naya tripped me and I broke my ankle. Liam ran up to me and held me in his arms. I yelled, "It's Naya! The witch tripped me!" The coach checked the cameras and made sure Naya was guilty. She was kicked out of the team for hurting the star player. I thought I would be happy to know that, but I just felt bad for her. She was my friend, but her jealousy led her to lose her dream. However, I had another thing to be sad about. The doctor said I needed to rest for months, and with that, I wouldn't be able to participate in the final race. I was sad, but I decided to focus on my studies, especially physics. After a few months, both Liam and I got into our dream college, and our lives were just perfect. But then one day, I discovered that I was pregnant. I'm gonna drop out of college, Liam. I want to raise this baby with all my love and care.
You don't have to, Ariel. I know how important our baby is to you, but I also know how important your dream is.
Liam forced me to continue with my college and worked part-time jobs just to support us. Dad also sent us some money, and then 8 months later, Liam and I were blessed with a beautiful daughter. We named her Emma.
Oh, she looks just like you, honey. She's so pretty.
Once I had a big exam and I couldn't find a babysitter for Emma, so I took her with me to the campus. The professors and everyone loved her. She took a nap in the professor's arm until I finished the exam. 3 years later, on my graduation day, Liam proposed to me.
Will you marry me, Ariel?
Say yes, Mommy, or I will. Of course I said yes, and we got married. The happiest part was that our little angel was there on our special day as our flower girl. Fast forward 3 years now, and I'm a physics professor at a prestigious university, and all 3 of us live happily in a huge house in the city. Dad often calls and tells me about how Mom is so crazy about wanting to meet Emma and introduce her into modeling as her granddaughter. But we all know that's not going to happen.